The Congress party stands accused of losing the plot after losing 4 states, a charge that the Congress party denies. It says the BJP stole the mandate in 2 days, in 2 states. But questions are now being raised about Rahul Gandhi's leadership. Initially, there were murmurs of dissent, but now leader after leader speaking up. Mani Shankar Iyer going to the extent of saying Rahul Gandhi cannot match the charisma of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and for 2019 he is recommending a wider coalition where Rahul Gandhi or the Congress party may be forced to take a back seat. This is an India Today special ground report.
We do need to make structural and organizational changes, that's a fact.
As saffron swamped the nation, swinging the balance of power, the scion of a family that ruled India intermittently for 70 years came out calling the poll drubbing a small town.
We are in the opposition and you have ups and downs. So we had a little down in UP, which is fine, we accept it.
We are just not interacting and empowering our workers. I think it's people who believe in what you are, believe in your leadership, believe in your leaders, and therefore actually become your mouth and your mouthpiece everywhere. The reason why we have lost out is because we still don't know what the hell we stand for.
But the words, if needed, actually only cover up for the fact that you are prepared to sacrifice the leadership claim of Rahul Gandhi.
If needed, is during the process of the establishment of this alliance.
I am resigning from the Congress, a question of timing.
Driven into a corner on the nation's political turf, Rahul Gandhi has meantime fallen short of addressing questions around his leadership.
Our fight with the BJP is an ideological fight. It's a question of how much money the BJP has thrown to steal the mandate of Manipur and Goa.
Public posturing in the face of crushing defeat is commonplace in politics. For the Congress, though, it may not be a real solace, scarred as it is by its near collapse on the national map. Bureau Report, India Today.
Is this then the greatest threat that the Congress party is facing? Is this then a time that the Congress is now fighting just to stay relevant? I want to bring in Pawan Khera of the Congress party into this conversation. BJP's Sambit Patra also joins me. But first, I want to go to India Today Group's executive editor Javed Ansari for more for the thinking in the Congress party. Javed, you've been covering the Congress party for fairly long, for a very, very long time. Is this any different from 2014 and now 2017? What are leaders in the Congress party telling you off camera?
Well, off camera, congressmen of every hue, of every standing, they're extremely worried. They're extremely concerned. I'm not so sure if this is the greatest, but certainly it's a grave threat. It's an existential threat. The Congress is fast reducing. The Congress party's footprint on India's map is reducing fast, and congressmen are extremely concerned. But whether this means that they are rebelling against Rahul Gandhi, I'm not so sure, because I haven't come across anybody who is, while even when Mani Shankar says that if he has to forsake his leadership, he doesn't say that throughout Rahul Gandhi. He says the Congress should, if it means that the Congress and Rahul Gandhi take a back seat and support a larger coalition to form a government, that's what should happen. So,
okay.
You know, the Gandhis are the greatest strength and the weakness of this Congress, of the Congress party. The way it is structured, they are the glue that keeps it together. If there isn't a Gandhi leading them, then they face extremely difficult times. Now,
okay,
of course, even with a Gandhi leading them, they are facing electorally, they're facing a very difficult time.
Okay, so whether it's in Goa or in Manipur, was the Congress not swift enough to move in? And is that a problem of the leadership, Pawan Khera? Is there introspection in the Congress party? What's going wrong?
No, I wouldn't limit the debate to individuals. I don't think individuals are an issue at all. The leadership, it's the same leadership which delivered 10 years of UPA 1 and 2, and we won several elections. Nobody then credited the leadership. I'm surprised why. I think where we really lag behind is a compelling narrative. I think that's where the Congress needs to really go into a huddle. We should come up with our own narrative, which is more proactive and less reactive. I think these are a few points that we really need to ponder upon. And when you talk about haste and swiftness in Goa, I'm very surprised, Gaurav. The media should do more in exposing what's going on in Goa and Manipur. And our own people, I'm sorry, Vishwajit Rana, you just showed on television. What stops our own congressmen from capturing the streets, from reclaiming the street, going on the street, sitting on a dharna? Surely, Gandhi family doesn't stop you from doing that.
No,
you don't
but
need
he's
a permission
the one.
from
He
the Gandhi
says
family
Congress
to do
gave
that.
up the mandate,
Very
Pawan.
easy to blame
He
the Gandhi
says
family
Congress
for
gave
everything
up the
that goes
mandate
wrong.
of people of Goa. The Congress is heading for a split.
I'm sorry, I don't
is
agree
the
with him at all.
leadership not up
What
to
did
it?
he do
Where
to
is the direction? Is the direction not coming from the
look,
leadership, sir?
Gaurav, let me finish. Gaurav, let me finish. Let me finish. What stops Mr. Vishwajit Rane from contributing his bit to claim the mandate? What stopped him from going and sitting on a dharna or giving us some idea of how to capture the mandate? I mean, these are excuses. It's very easy to blame individuals, blame leadership, blame this, that. What have you done? I'm sorry, I don't agree here. And
okay.
I don't think
you
we
do not
focus
agree
too much
with him.
on
He doesn't
Modi,
agree with you. That's
or
for the
his
Congress
feelings.
to
We
see.
should
But
definitely
Sambit
expose the
Patra,
government, but we
Sambit
should have
Patra,
our own
look,
narrative.
Pawan, let's take it bit by bit. Sambit Patra, Mani Shankar Iyer says 70% of this country did not vote for Narendra Modi or the BJP, whether it's 2014 or 2017, and there needs to be a wider rainbow coalition to get that 70% together, because only the 30% are mesmerized by the Modi magic.
See, Gaurav, I understand, and please don't see this as my arrogance. See this as a humble statement, but a fact. The fact is, losers tend to run for excuses and alibis. But such kind of excuses, which are absolutely undemocratic, are uncalled for, in the sense that, well, this mandate that Mr. Modi got in 2014 was not a mandate in real sense, despite the historicity attached to it, because only 31% of people voted for Mr. Modi. And what happened in Uttar Pradesh was a fault of the EVM machine. These are like hiding behind lame excuses, and these, I believe, losers do out of frustration. But the second important point is, as far as the introspection about Rahul Gandhi within the Congress party is concerned, let me draw a parallel today itself. Today we have a Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, who, while addressing the Member of Parliament in the Parliament, in fact said that na baithunga na baithne dunga, showing as to what kind of hard work we all have to get into. And there is a Rahul Gandhi who, in fact, by his action shows, main baith gaya hu aur sabko baithaunga. I mean, that is what is happening in the Congress party right now. I, in fact, salute Mr. Pawan Khera and the other spokesperson of Congress, who very well within the depth of their heart know the reality. But just because they are spokesperson and they're tall leaders of the party, they're speaking what they're supposed to speak, but they know within the heart of hearts.
Let me get Pawan Khera to respond to that. Pawan Khera, is that the issue? That the charisma of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the charisma of Rahul Gandhi, and Mani Shankar Iyer also commented unfair to pit the two together. Kamal Nath also alluded to that, Pawan Khera.
First of all, I forgot, and I'm sorry for that. I should compliment my friend Sambit for the victory in 2 states out of 3. And I'm sorry, I won't compliment him on Goa and Manipur, but and he should compliment me for the 3 states. I remember, Gaurav, in 2004, I won't name him, but a very senior leader of the Congress said, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi's charisma cannot match Atal Bihari Vajpayee's charisma. And you know what happened in 3 weeks? I went and reminded him of his statement when the results came out. Mrs. Sonia Gandhi won and Atalji lost. So, these charisma comparison and all this is rubbish. It's not Mr. Modi or Mr. Rahul Gandhi, it's a narrative. We need to focus on change of perception about the Congress party, and for which each one of us has to work. You can't just blame one person sitting there or a family sitting there. No, the perception has to change because of us. We have to bring about the change in perception. It's not one Mr. Modi, as I said. It's not him at all. It's the failure of us to to bring
But
about a
leader
compelling
after
narrative
leader,
that Modi is succeeding.
Leader after leader, Javed, they are coming out and saying, for example, Javed, you heard Satyavrat Chaturvedi, he said, Der aaye durust aaye if there is change in leadership. Now, what level of leadership is Satyavrat Chaturvedi talking about? Or Kishore Chandra Dev, who's talking about this coterie in the Congress and says, same people play musical chairs despite losing state after state. So is this a coterie around Rahul Gandhi that's to blame, Javed?
That this is a question that you will have to put to Mr. Kishore Chandra Dev and Satyavrat Chaturvedi. If they feel there's a coterie, then why haven't they spoken up? And is it because they are out of the coterie that they are complaining? One. Two, as far as Mr. Nane is concerned, I have it on good authority. I could be wrong, but let me tell you, we need to take what he's saying with a pinch of salt. He's quitting his seat so that Mr. Parrikar can get elected. And we are told he was miffed with the Congress because his father was not made the chief ministerial candidate. So therefore, you know, once he's taken a decision to switch sides, he's now finding, perhaps it's a case of finding excuses to cover up for the deal that he's done. As far as the disquiet in the Congress party is concerned, yes, it's for real. People are concerned. People want their leadership to get its act together. They want the party to get its act together.
Okay.
They want to develop a different narrative. But does all this mean that they are rebelling against the Gandhi family? They want a change in leadership? I do not believe so.
Okay. Sambit Patra, Manishankar Iyer also hinted or spoke of this rainbow coalition like in Bihar for 2019. And if it's a bigger, wider coalition, even if Congress party takes a backseat, even if Rahul Gandhi takes a backstreet, is that a big threat that Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP need to be careful about, need to be concerned about?
See, as far as threats in democracy is concerned, every political party should in fact perceive every threat and should be prepared. And I believe Bharatiya Janata Party, one of the biggest political parties of the world today, doing fairly well in the electoral system today, should always be prepared, and there's nothing wrong in being prepared. And similarly, the opposition parties have every right to form a rainbow coalition, as we have been talking about. But look, one has to understand the basics of it. The fundamentals of anything are the same. Which direction is this coalition moving? If a coalition is crafted in a negative manner so as to stop Mr. Modi from moving ahead, then the people of this country are not going to accept that coalition. But if a coalition is crafted with the view of performance, of the view of delivering aspirations of millions of people, naturally people buy that coalition, and that is the reason as to why Mr. Modi is sought after today, whereas such kind of so-called Mahagathbandhans and Gathbandhans are rejected today, because people very well know that these Mahagathbandhans or Gathbandhans are a fulfillment of personal ambition and not for meeting the aspirations of millions of Indians.
Pawan, the situation within the Congress party, and if we were to specifically speak of Uttar Pradesh, now Uttar Pradesh, the Congress contested 100 seats, won only 7, and in Amethi, 0 on 5. And isn't that a personal reflection on the Member of Parliament from Amethi, Pawan?
No, I wouldn't say that at all. It's often happened. In fact, we've all forgotten the Prime Minister's own Adarsh Gaon lost the Panchayat election. That's not a reflection on the Prime Minister.
No,
not
but
at all.
didn't
These are
they get 8 out of 8 in his
Every
constituency
election
of
comes up
Varanasi
with
this time?
Let me
Wasn't
finish.
that the
Please
big
let me
push all
finish.
about?
Please let me finish. Please let me finish. No, it's not that. It's not that. Prime Minister must be feeling insecure about his constituency. Fair enough. It's his prerogative to sit wherever he wants to for his election or for assembly election, for whatever level of election. I don't want to interfere in that. It's absolutely his prerogative. But as I said, different elections are fought on different issues. There are some elections which are fought totally on local issues. Some acquire a national. In fact, sometimes they acquire an international ramification, which is okay. I repeat, we have to reclaim the streets, we have to reclaim the narrative, we just have to put our own house in order, and you will see the results.
Okay, Sambit, you had your hand up.
2017 definitely does not set the agenda for 2019. As far as coalitions are concerned, all these are nuts and bolts of an election which can be worked out as and when the need arises.
Okay, Sambit, you had your hand up and so did Javed. So Sambit first and then Javed.
Congratulated us for Punjab, Goa and Manipur.
I'll just take 20 seconds. Number one, as far as the basics of any fight, leave aside electoral fight, any fight in this moral world is concerned, three things are absolutely important. You have been asking us the question, ye rajnetik jameen kiski hogi, and I have often repeated during this election, I'll repeat it once again. Jameen se ja for jazba and junoon. What amount of hunger you have for victory. Secondly, ma se mehnat, the amount of hard work that you put in. And in fact, Mr. Modi redefined, Mr. Amit Shah redefined the amount of hard work they put into this election. And na se niyat, that is the intention with which you are fighting. Demonetization, people, despite the inconveniences, realize the intention of the Prime Minister, and that is why today the Jameen in Uttar Pradesh, the political Jameen in Uttar Pradesh belongs to Bharatiya Janata Party. What the Congress really has to search for is whether they are in possession with these qualities that I just stated. And secondly, one of the top leaders of Congress said that Congress is in need of deep surgery. Satyavrat Chaturbedi said Congress needs deep surgery. Now when the patient itself becomes the surgeon, God only knows how the surgery would be performed.
Okay, and Javed, on the issue of Uttar Pradesh and on the election machinery, you know, on the one side you have Narendra Modi, Amit Shah combined. On the other hand, you have Rahul Gandhi and his team. Is that where the problem is? Because several Congress leaders, Javed, have also hinted at Bhitar Ghat or sabotage within the Congress.
I don't think they have lost because of Bhitar Ghat. They have lost because the ground is shifted from under their feet. If I was the MP from Amethi, I'd be very worried. If I was the political manager of the Congress party, I'd be worried, very worried. Of course, they need a more well-oiled election machinery. They need a better, well-oiled organization, and they need to be at it constantly. The Congress party certainly has a mountain to climb. Just by wishing away a problem, that problem will not go away. There are serious problems facing the Congress party, and therefore the Congress party's political managers and all the decision makers need to recognize the problem and need to get their act together. Look, I'm willing to, I'll be the first one to say that the Congress party's election machinery is no match to that of the BJP. But what about Mayawati? She had everybody, even Sambit Patra would tell you that they had a very well-oiled machinery. But what happened? They came a cropper. Samajwadi Party in Uttar Pradesh had an excellent machinery, so it's not just about
machinery. But is this election machinery or is this poor leadership? Would you say, Pawan Kheda, that the Congress party leadership and especially Rahul Gandhi should shoulder responsibility, or will you go with leaders like Kamal Nath, who says it's unfair to compare Narendra Modi and Rahul Gandhi, somebody who's been in politics for 4 decades and somebody who's been into active politics, as Kamal Nath says, Rahul Gandhi only for 1.5 years in control of his party?
No, I would ask you a question. I mean, it's a collective victory and a collective defeat. Now, I ask you, is the defeat in Punjab, Goa and Manipur Narendra Modi's defeat? Why don't we, let's be fair in our comparison. Just as it's not Narendra Modi's defeat in these 3 states, it's a collective defeat for BJP also. Likewise, it's a collective defeat wherever we've lost for us also, and collective victory for wherever we've won for us.
Okay, respond to that, Sambit Patra, quickly. I have only 2 minutes on the show.
Family, I don't know why this obsession. Now, that's our internal issue.
Okay. Is there an obsession with Rahul Gandhi? Okay, go on that question of defeat in Punjab.
See, Pawan, as far as attacking Rahul Gandhi is concerned, I believe today's premise of the debate is the ones who are attacking Rahul Gandhi covertly or overtly from within your party. It's not from Bharatiya Janata Party. It's but natural that the opposition parties would be accusing each other's leader. But the question is that your own people are accusing Mr. Rahul Gandhi.
It's just the media's favorite. No, I'm sorry.
I told you.
No.
Let me complete.
Give me one quote where people have named Rahul Gandhi.
You have been very eloquent by not interjecting. You have been very eloquent.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you have been very eloquent by not interjecting. Let me please complete my view. Thereafter you can please debate.
Here I found something which is far from reality. Therefore, I need to interject.
Okay, well, no issues, no issues. That's why I use the word covertly. Maybe if you feel even people are not attacking Rahul Gandhi and things should not reach the doorstep of Rahul Gandhi, it's welcome. If Congress does not want to learn, we would be the ones who would be benefactors, and how does it matter? It would be happy. It would be a happy thing for us. Anyways, as far as the victory of other states are concerned, look, let's begin with Manipur. What the Congress is showing as Bharatiya Janata Party's loss, despite the fact that we have formed the government there. Let me tell you, in 2012, we had not a single candidate in the elections of Manipur. From no candidate to 21 is a giant leap in Manipur. What the Congress tries to project as a loss, not at all. In fact, the loss in Manipur is of the Congress party.
In fact, Hemant Biswa Sarma, and in fact, Pawan Khera, that is something you really need to talk about if you like to, because Hemant Biswa Sarma, who is seen as your party's big achiever, he today turns around and he's told India today that Rahul Gandhi wouldn't be able to plot Manipur on the map, and it's with that speed Congress moved in Manipur.
I mean, these are comments which I don't think we should respond to. But reducing any analysis to individuals is actually running away from the actual issue. The actual issue, I repeat, is getting our narrative right. Getting a compelling narrative. I am sorry I have to repeat because this needs to be repeated. And we are faced with against a mammoth propaganda machine. Which includes a lot of media, and also these are WhatsApp elections. I'm sorry, the Congress is still in an old world.
Respond to that, Sambit Patra.
We have to really adjust to the speed with which these...
Sambit Patra, the BJP won WhatsApp elections.
Rather than my good friend Mr. Pawan Khera and the other leaders from Congress party going to the doorstep of Mr. Rahul Gandhi and asking him, what's up man, why are we down? They are saying that this is WhatsApp election. Please go and ask Mr. Rahul Gandhi, where does the buck stop? And secondly,
no, we need to go to the doorstep of the people.
Now,
I'm sorry.
Well, go.
Clearly no answer emerging, but perhaps the Congress party will have to do some soul searching at this stage. But at this point of time,
we need to reconnect.
Pawan Khera.
Let me just complete this 5 seconds. Just 5 seconds.
Maybe we need to reconnect. Is what I'm trying to say.
Pawan Khera, Pawan, just 5 seconds. That Pawan has been maintaining consistently that let's not reduce this debate to a single individual. Let me tell you, Pawan, Congress is nothing but an individual-based party. It is the Gandhis, and the Gandhis, and that's the reason as to why this debate automatically goes to the doorstep of
that's the point that Javed Ansari, our executive editor, made. 30 seconds, because I'm just completely out of time.
I need to interject here.
30 seconds, go on, sir.
There have been 5 governments. Yeah, there have been. Absolutely. There have been 5 governments since 1989 which were either led by the Congress or supported by the Congress, and not a single Gandhi was the Prime Minister. 10 years
we've run out of time on this show. Pawan Khera, Sambit Patra, and India Today's executive editor Javed Ansari, many thanks for joining me on this debate. Perhaps the soul searching needs to be done by the Congress party itself. We, of course, will track the story very closely. A quick break. On the other side, I will take you to Jammu and Kashmir and meet the Taj of India, the young Tajammul Islam.
बड़ा कहते हैं कि वो करेंगे ये करेंगे, पर जब से मैं एकेडमी में चल रही हूँ तब से मैंने उसे वैसे ही देखा है.
The world junior kickboxing champion hits out at government apathy.
देखिए बारिश में जब यहाँ पानी बरसता है तो गड्ढे ज़्यादा हो जाते हैं और विंटर में हम कुछ कर नहीं पाते.
A desperate plea for facilities to hone their skills. A request that was made even earlier, sadly ignored.
जिम का सामान होना चाहिए, जैसे यहाँ पर है बलून, पंचिंग ग्लास, कुकिंग बैग, और एक इंडोर स्टेडियम चाहिए जो कि वहाँ पर नहीं है. कश्मीर में कुछ नहीं है, वहाँ की फैसिलिटी कुछ नहीं है.
Is the Jammu and Kashmir government listening? Will Tajammul Islam and other sports persons in Jammu and Kashmir get their due? We begin this broadcast with the video of 8-year-old Kashmiri kickboxing sensation Tajammul Islam. She's hit out at the state government for not providing adequate sports facilities. Now, in this video, Tajammul shows the situation on ground, the conditions in which sportspersons are forced to practice in Jammu and Kashmir. The government in the state have assured that sports infrastructure is being developed, perhaps as the government claims, for the first time.
एक इंडोर स्टेडियम नहीं दे पाए वो हमें स्टेट गवर्नमेंट से। मैं रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ एक इंडोर स्टेडियम तो मांगा था।
Tajammul Islam is not just J&K's, but the country's youngest world champion. The young sports sensation who won the World Kickboxing Junior title would have been groomed for bigger awards anywhere else. But in Jammu and Kashmir, her talent and achievement clearly being ignored. So much so that the young sensation was forced to make a video and hit out at the state of affairs in Jammu and Kashmir.
और विंटर में हम कुछ कर नहीं पाते। बड़ा कहते हैं कि वो करेंगे ये करेंगे, पर जब से मैं एकेडमी में चल रही हूँ तब से मैंने उसे वैसे ही देखा।
Earlier, Tajammul had demanded an indoor stadium in her hometown, Bandipora, while speaking to India Today last year after becoming the World Junior Kickboxing Champion. आपको और क्या-क्या फैसिलिटीज चाहिए?
मुझे बस एकेडमी की फैसिलिटी चाहिए और एक इंडोर स्टेडियम चाहिए जो कि वहाँ पर नहीं है।
Stung by young Tajammul's video, the state government is at a loss for words.
I think it's a legitimate demand, or since it's coming from players and children of Kashmir.
The Mehbooba Mufti government may cite lack of funds as a reason for the poor state of sports facilities in J&K, but the argument falls flat when you consider it's spending a whopping 500 crore rupees to protect anti-India separatists every year. The question is, why can't the splurge on separatists be diverted towards achievers like Tajammul Islam? Tajammul Islam won the Junior World Kickboxing Championship for India. She spoke exclusively to India Today. I interacted with her extensively and asked her what is it that she'd want to bring even bigger laurels to India. She wanted one indoor stadium in her hometown Bandipora. She said she's not the only one. She had better opportunities. There are many hidden talents like her across Kashmir. This is my interaction with her, a small chunk. The golden girl of kickboxing in India, the brightest star on the horizon, Tajammul Islam. She's all of 8 and she is the world champion in kickboxing. Tajammul joins us at the India Today gymnasium. She is on India First. आपने India First कर दिखाया?
Yes sir.
कैसे किया?
टैलेंट से, जुनून से और हिम्मत से।
टैलेंट, जुनून, हिम्मत और लगातार प्रैक्टिस। आप मुझे अपने प्रैक्टिस के बारे में बताइए।
प्रैक्टिस सर कराते थे, हार्डली बहुत हुआ करती थी जब मैं फर्स्ट टाइम हुई, तो कैंप में भी इधर बहुत हार्डली हुई। हार्डली कैंप होता था, नॉर्मल कभी नहीं होता था। बस फिर जब शाम हुआ करती थी, बस कूल डाउन नॉर्मल गो।
तो आप 8 साल के हो, 8 साल में इतनी किकबॉक्सिंग की कि पहले आप नेशनल चैंपियन बने, फिर वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बन गए। ये बहुत भारी है। इस पे ऐसे किक करना और पंच करना, दर्द नहीं होता हाथ पैर में?
जी दर्द नहीं होता। जब पहले श्रृंगत बन जाती है और स्ट्रॉन्ग बन जाते हैं और फ्लेक्सिबल हो जाते हैं तो दर्द नहीं होने लगता। सब स्ट्रॉन्ग है, फ्लेक्सिबल इसलिए।
कितने घंटे रोज आप प्रैक्टिस करते हो?
जब स्कूल होता है तो 7 से लेकर 6 या तो 7 आम चलता रहता है, 6 से लेकर 8 तक। फिर स्कूल की तैयारी वहाँ से होके आती हूँ, फिर हो जाता है चेंज वगैरह, फिर वैन आ जाती है, चली जाती हूँ स्कूल, वहाँ से आके 3 बजे से लेकर 6 बजे तक।
अच्छा, तो मतलब लगभग 2 घंटे सुबह और 3 घंटे शाम, हर रोज, संडे हो या मंडे, कोई छुट्टी नहीं?
कोई छुट्टी नहीं जी, बस
तपस्या है बिल्कुल। अच्छा, ये बताइए आपने किस किस देश के किक बॉक्सर को हराया वर्ल्ड चैंपियन बनने के लिए?
कनाडा पहले हुए, अब उसने भी अच्छा खेला। फ्रांस, इटली, जापान, चाइना, यूएसए।
सबको हरा दिया
जी।
डरे नहीं?
नहीं।
आपको और क्या क्या फैसिलिटीज चाहिए?
मुझे बस एकेडमी की फैसिलिटी चाहिए, जैसे हमारे पास बैलून नहीं है, और जिम जो है वो सामान होना चाहिए। फैसिलिटीज़ जो है वो है नहीं वहाँ पे पूरी। जिम का सामान होना चाहिए, जैसे यहाँ पर है बैलून, पंचिंग ग्लास, किकिंग बैट, और एक इंडोर स्टेडियम चाहिए जो कि वहाँ पर नहीं है। ठीक से रोड होना चाहिए और हॉल होना चाहिए एक, जिसमें हम अच्छी तरह प्रैक्टिस कर पाए, गर्ल्स कर पाए, बॉयज़ कर पाए अच्छी तरह से, वो होना चाहिए। बस मैं कहना चाहती हूँ, और जो भी कश्मीर में कुछ नहीं है, वहाँ की फैसिलिटी कुछ नहीं है, और वो होनी चाहिए।
तजम्मुल, wish you all the best. Very, very proud of you. Very proud of you.
Thank you sir, very much.
आपने पूरे देश का नाम रोशन किया, और जैसे आपके पापा कह रहे थे, आप असल में भारत का ताज हो.
Thank you sir.
India's most iconic Ideas Forum is back. For the first time, Mumbai will experience the annual India Today Conclave 2017 on the 17th and 18th of March. That's tomorrow and day after. There will be 2 days of talking, thinking, doing, experimenting and being. Our theme this year is the Great Disruption, reflecting the changes sweeping across India and the world. Here's a preview.
The restoration of democracy is a cause dear to my heart.
The world recognized the immense tragedy of Afghanistan.
We don't think there is terrorism going on in Kashmir. We think there is a freedom struggle going on in Kashmir.
Dialogue cannot be pursued or sustained if terrorism continues.
The India Today Conclave has been the forum for the greatest speakers and minds over the years.
That the fundamental principle of democracy is there to stay.
India's future leadership in the world is essential.
For more than a decade and a half, we've made history.
You and your colleagues have provided.
The India Today Conclave in the last 16 years has developed itself into a great forum for ideas and for leaders to come and talk about subjects which concern their mind and things which are affecting the world. Over the years, we've had leaders like Hillary Clinton, President Clinton, Pervez Musharraf, Benazir Bhutto, Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee, Dr. Manmohan Singh, Dr. Kalam, the Dalai Lama, Queen Raina of Jordan. So it's been a whole range of people from across the world who've come to our conclaves. And this, for me, has become a premier forum where we can invite all the leaders of the world who are concerned with the hot topics which are happening today.
The era of great disruptions is upon us. New certainties are giving way and new ideas are being born. The theme of this year's conclave, the Great Disruption, is reflective of this. So get ready for some great clashes as our stage becomes the microcosm for our disruptive world as we hunt for order in the chaos.
The India Today Conclave is a pioneer of events in India, and how it's evolved over the years shows us how we have changed as a people. Earlier, the India Today Conclave was all about keynote speeches and discussions behind desks. No more. In the 16th year, you see the India Today Conclave is all about Q&A and show and tells, demonstrations, premiere. In fact, it's not just about ideas anymore, it's about experiences.
Was he just a friend, or was he something more?
I thought he went to Cambridge and Oxford and we were going to have an intellectual discussion.
We've all the biggest names. India Today Conclave, setting India's leadership agenda year after year.